So Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect, is already looking for a new streaming platform, which is pretty interesting in itself because he's only been streaming on YouTube for about 11 months and 3 weeks. Granted, he has been on the YouTube platform for 10 years, at least uploading videos and whatnot. But what's more interesting than just the fact that he's looking for a new platform is actually which one he is spearheading, which doesn't even offer a game streaming platform yet. And what's even more interesting than that is some of the ideas that he had on how they can integrate a game streaming platform. He has some really good ideas. I do like his take on this, and I do think if this comes to fruition, that the big N word at Netflix, let me specify, that sounded not good. That Netflix gaming, which by the way, I have been covering a slew of news over the last couple of weeks, as it is confirmed that Netflix is indeed going to have a game streaming platform integrated with their live motion video streaming platform. But Dr. Disrespect says he would like to see them actually host content creators, streamers, and he has some pretty interesting ideas. Let's check this thing out. Alrighty, Stallions and Stallionettes, share my screen over here. I have a Wikipedia page pulled up for Guy Beam right now. So August 6th is when he made his first initial live stream on YouTube, and it didn't really go live. It was kind of a placeholder, and moreover on his end, what he was doing was a little bit of server testing and whatnot to see, for him to test a couple of things. One, how the YouTube servers actually work, as it is quite a bit different than Twitch, and then also see how much of his viewership would actually be loyal to him, vice the platform of Amazon's Twitch. And that was after 42 days of radio silence being permabanned from Twitch. There are several streaming platforms to choose from. Now I have an article pulled up here to kind of solidify that statement. Now, the big three are, of course, Amazon's Twitch, YouTube Live, and then FBG or Facebook Gaming. Now, there are a whole slew of other ones here. I mean, Steam TV, I don't really personally know anybody that streams from Twitch. I do know you can screen share. We do it a lot when we're playing Escape from Tarkov, and we'll have our teammates up on our second monitor so we don't team kill and stuff like that. But as far as actually streaming, a lot of these platforms haven't really taken off or do not have the wide known publicity that the big three do. And that's for a reason. Not only are their servers a lot smaller and they can't handle the load if you start getting a lot of viewers and whatnot, but they do not have the tools for streamers. They do not have an integrated chat. They do not have bits, integrated donations. Granted, you can just put in the description a Streamlabs Prime link and it'll take you to a donation page. Little tip for you upcoming streamers and YouTubers out there, but it doesn't make a very streamlined, enjoyable experience for the viewer or even the content creator, the streamer. So that's why the big three are what they are. Big, juicy, thick. Dr. Disrespect recently made a case for why Netflix should create a platform and sign him. Popular streamer Dr. Disrespect, Guy Beam, doesn't struggle to find a sizable audience wherever he goes. That is very true. When he switched over to YouTube, the majority of his viewership from Twitch came over because he is a very, very entertaining streamer. If you've ever watched him, in my opinion, live streams are generally, for lack of a better word, pretty boring in comparison to something like a YouTube video where it's edited with cool transitions, effects, funny GIFs popping up on screen, background music. Yes, I know you can have music live on stream, but generally YouTube videos are held to a higher standard of video quality and fidelity because you can do literally cinematic vlog style videos like Casey Neistat that look like a blockbuster movie. As where a stream, generally, you hop in halfway into a conversation, it's boring, there's not a whole lot going on, you're just watching somebody play a game. So you either have to be very good at a game, which he's pretty good at first-person shooters. He's not amazing. He's not Tfue or Shroud. He's not known as a first-person he's not known as an FPS god or anything like that, but he's good. He's above average. Or you can be very educational, where you're teaching people, like Kevin Nash, where he goes over a lot of the business aspect of streaming. Or you can be unique, doing something very interesting, whether you're carving wood sculptures or building Legos or doing something that people are like, oh, that's kind of cool. Or you can be an attractive man or woman, and people will literally click on the thumbnail because of that and then end up staying because your content's actually quality. But with Guy Beam, aka Dr. D, he's actually very, very entertaining. He has a lot of transitions and 3D scenes where he's, has a green screen behind him and he's basically in the Thunderdome, so to speak, his arena. And he's just an entertaining streamer. So because of that, it doesn't really matter what platform he goes to, as long as it does have the tools that I mentioned earlier for an enjoyable watching experience. He's going to do well. The doc is still streaming on YouTube, but he's keen on joining a Netflix streaming service. Now, this is interesting. He's actually going to evolve form, much like Goku. According to Dr. D, the streamer would don a black suit, black tie, and put his iconic hair in a ponytail if Netflix invited him to join his gaming endeavors. So changing up his look a little bit from the feathered 80s rock star hair and the the bright vibrant red that he usually wears with his tactical vest, which that ain't stopping no ballistics. That's an airsoft vest. But he would basically change up to a John Wick, in my opinion, a John Wick looking style with a black suit, hair pulled back in a ponytail. Interesting. He's changing form here. The popular streamer shouted out Amazon and Hulu as big names in the streaming realm, but he also sees Netflix potential. But instead of just saying, hey, I want to stream on Netflix, he starts coming up with some really good ideas for how they could integrate new features that really aren't seen in any other streaming platforms. One innovative new idea that Dr. Disrespect came up with for Netflix and its foray into game streaming is the idea of picture-in-picture. This feature would allow Netflix subscribers to watch their favorite streamer while they Netflix and chill. So it's already a video streaming platform. You could be watching a TV show or a movie show. You could control the audio blend. How loud is the game stream versus how loud is your actual content that you're watching, the TV show or movie on Netflix. Have your streamer, on the top left corner or whatever. So when you see some crazy stuff's going on, you can make that full screen and have your Netflix show in a smaller screen, picture in picture. That's a good idea, in my opinion. The doc also suggested prepackaged movie templates for streamers that want higher production. Again, amazing idea, because a lot of small streamers or new content creators that are trying to grow on a streaming platform do not have editing knowledge where they can make crazy transitions and wild special effects and whatnot. And he is trying to make it to where not only him, who already has this knowledge and this ability, granted, I'm sure he has a team that does his editing for him and whatnot, and 3D graphic designers that make his scenes and overlays. That will make it easier for newer content creators, new streamers, to have the same fidelity with movie-like effects, which I think is fantastic. So what he means by these templates is not just overlays, but stinger transitions, scenes behind you, maybe explosions going off, and you can have either a physical green screen, or as long as you have a powerful enough CPU and GPU in your PC, you can actually blur your background with programs like NVIDIA Broadcast, or even video chat applications like Zoom have an option to cinematically blur your background or even remove it completely and put a different scene behind you. Dr. Disrespect stared directly in his camera to address Netflix itself. While Dr. D continues to rise on YouTube since his Twitch ban, it looks like the most popular streamer is looking for his next platform. Again, very interesting. I don't know if he's dissatisfied over there on YouTube Live. It seems like he's doing very well numbers-wise, and it seems like he got back the majority of his concurrent viewers, but he's just looking for something new. Dr. Disrespect believes that he and Netflix combining forces would create a game streaming empire that could seriously threaten Twitch. Interesting. So maybe he still holds a little grudge. I mean, I can imagine after being loyal on a platform for several years and they ban you out of the blue. And again, I've covered a ton of news as to why he was banned and whatnot. I do have my theories. I'll have a couple linked below, especially my last video, which I said would be my last update as to the Dr. Disrespect situation, because it is the theory that makes the most sense to me, has the most evidence behind it, and makes the most sense. But again, the only people that truly know why he was banned from Twitch are going to be Amazon and Guy Beam. But threaten Twitch. It looks like he may have a little beef to settle here. And, he's the butcher shop is open. The beef is available. Thinking beyond the box, Dr. D suggests ideas beyond simply clips, gifted memberships, or bits. The streamer is more interested about what Netflix could do with interactive chat and streamer tools akin to Google Stadia. So again, Google Stadia is just one of the many game live streaming or cloud gaming platforms out there. You have Amazon Luna in its alpha phase right now. You have Google NVIDIA GeForce Now, which has been around for years and is getting better with each patch and update. You have xCloud, which is integrated with Game Pass Ultimate. And then you do have other game streaming options, but they do require you to have your own physical hardware, like leave your gaming PC or your PlayStation 5 on and then go to another room and cast it onto another TV. That's not really cloud gaming. That's literally just streaming it from one device to another. Cloud gaming, you actually leverage their servers so you can have virtually no hardware in your house besides a controller, and you launch an application, have tiles, well-organized tiles, and a library similar to what you see with Netflix, and you can launch a game instantaneously because you do not have to download it. It's literally hosted off of their server. And granted, we haven't seen it implemented very well if you look at like Google Stadia's perception from the gaming community, not great and whatnot. As far as Netflix integrating a game streaming platform, they could do some very interesting things, especially like I mentioned with the picture-in-picture movie style templates. That would be awesome. And then also, like you said, an interactive chat where it's a little bit more low latency, quicker response time between the streamer seeing the viewer's message and then answering. And then streamer tools, again, being able to have a more immersive environment for your viewers, you know, having a little Wheel of Fortune wheel if people are going to vote on something, or, you know, having pop-up giveaways on screen, letting your stream vote on what you're going to do in the game in real time and stuff like that. So very interesting stuff. I mean, the fact that Dr. Disrespect, after only 1 year on YouTube Live, is already looking for another platform, that in itself, in my opinion, is quite interesting. But the fact that he's looking at Netflix, not only saying, hey, you guys should host me, but actually coming up with some pretty quality ideas, I would say, as to how they can integrate some new features. Some very interesting stuff here. Guy Beam's got a big old wrinkly brain on him. He's got some good ideas up there. If you guys enjoyed this gaming news, liking the video will help it to get seen by other gamers, so this information will reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this channel, which I do greatly appreciate. We're doing great at Gamer Heaven. We're still a little flaccid. We could get bigger. Subscribe for more content just like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, as well as honest product reviews. I also have a merch store. That'll be linked in the description below if you want to pick yourself up a nice saucy t-shirt, or maybe you're sick of holding your coffee in your hand because it burns. You can get a cup, a mug. It's a much more functional device. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.